everybody. If you guys could stay standing, and gentlemen, if you could remove your caps, we're going to do the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jun Nguyen, and I have the privilege of serving as principal of West Ottawa Virtual Academy. Thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate this important milestone in the lives of the graduates seated before us. At West Ottawa Public Schools, we are incredibly fortunate to be supported by so many individuals who work tirelessly on behalf of our students. A representative group of these committed servants is seated to my right. The members of our Board of Education serve this community with care and commitment, helping guide the vision and direction of our district so that West Ottawa remains one of the best places in Michigan to live and learn. We are equally grateful for district leaders who consistently place students at the center of every decision. This evening also reflects the combined efforts of countless staff members across West Ottawa, from pre-K through high school, who have invested their time, encouragement, and compassion into the success of these graduates. No student reaches this moment alone. Please join me in recognizing and thanking the members of our outstanding Board of Education, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tim Bearden, Associate Superintendent, Mr. Todd Togetsky, our teachers, staff, as well as the family members, friends, and supporters who helped to make this evening possible. Let's show our appreciation with a well-deserved round of applause. This year's graduating class is a good reminder to all of us that success is not defined by a single path, but by persistence, adaptability, and the willingness to continue moving forward even when life presents unanticipated barriers. Tonight is more than a graduation ceremony. It is a celebration of resilience, growth, courage, and determination. Each graduate seated before you has traveled a unique path to arrive at this moment. Some balanced coursework while pursuing career and technical education opportunities, advanced academics, employment, or responsibilities at home. Some face financial hardships, health concerns, family transitions, or uncertainty of what will come next after high school. Others simply needed a learning environment that allowed them to rediscover their confidence and continue working towards their goals. What stands out the most about this class is not that their journeys were easy, but that they continued showing up. They advocated for themselves, adapted when circumstances changed, and remained committed to earning their diploma despite the obstacles in front of them. Within this class are students who challenged themselves with rigorous coursework and college preparation. students who worked tirelessly to improve academically over time, and students who chose to stay connected to the West Ottawa community because of the pride they felt in graduating as Panthers. Some are preparing for college, while others are entering the workforce, pursuing skilled trades, and continuing to discover the paths that are right for them. One of the greatest privileges of serving at Wool Virtual Academy is witnessing students.
So I didn't move schools. I took online classes. I was able to still attend school events like football games and still graduate wearing a West Ottawa cap and gown. That small change changed everything. I started to feel good about waking up to get ready for school. I didn't feel pressured. I was able to do everything independently if I wanted to, while also having someone to rely on. I felt good about myself, my progress, and graduating. It didn't all happen overnight. It wasn't easy. I was scared of change. I was scared that I would struggle to make new friends, feel unmotivated with online work, and give up. The first couple of weeks, I realized it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Sometimes it was a struggle to keep up with the work, but that's why I tried to make things easier for myself. At the beginning of the week, I'd make a planner for my assignments, then after texting it every day, I'd come home and eat lunch, and then quickly get to work. I knew that if I waited until later, my motivation would be gone. On days I felt motivated, I did extra work to help myself on days that I didn't. I gave myself a routine, and it was hard to fall into at first, but I eventually did. There were many times when I struggled and felt like giving up, but then I would remember how far I had come. All the hard work I did to get here would be pointless if I gave up now, especially during my senior year. Coupled with virtual classes, I was also enrolled in the Career Learning Program through the Career Line Tech Center. Through this program, I've learned things that I never thought about before. How to build a resume and cover letter, interviewing skills, and many real-life careers. This hands-on coursework allowed me to build skills for success after high school. For the first time, I felt less afraid of the future. Every day felt easier, and I didn't struggle to get ready for school in the morning like I used to. But what made the biggest difference wasn't just what I learned. It was the people who supported me along the way. My teachers at WOVA and Career Line Tech Center showed up for me in ways I hadn't experienced before. They always made themselves available and were always willing to help. Knowing that I could go to them with any questions, meet with them when I needed, it made a huge difference. And every day, every Wednesday at 1 p.m., Mr. Reeves would check in with me. He was able to motivate me and also make me laugh on a stressful day. Having that constant support got me through the year. Along with my teachers, I would like to thank my family. A special thank you to my dad, stepmother, grandparents, and everyone else who supported me this year. They all made sacrifices to help me be successful this school year. I wouldn't be here today without them. This year taught me something I didn't know before, that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to make changes that will help you, even if they're hard. For me, changing how I approach school changed everything for me. I've experienced things I never thought I would have before, standing here in my cap and gown graduating. I'm enrolled in GRCC for next year, and I'm planning to transfer to Grand Valley to complete my bachelor's degree. Through all my experiences, good and bad, I've taught myself how to stay motivated. I know that if I struggle during college, I can think of how I started to approach school my senior year, and remember how far I've come. So if there's one thing I hope people take from my story, it's that even when things feel out of reach, they're not. It's okay to ask for help, to have a support system, and to make changes so that you will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie, for sharing your voice, your experiences, and your wisdom with us tonight. Before we move to the presentation of diplomas, we would like to pause for a special tradition that represents gratitude and appreciation. As I mentioned earlier, no student reaches this moment alone. Behind each graduate is a community of people who encouraged them, challenged them, supported them, and believed in them along the way. To the parents, guardians, grandparents, siblings, teachers, mentors, friends, and loved ones gathered here tonight, thank you. Your love and support helped make this moment possible, and I'm confident that you will continue to walk alongside our graduates as they pursue their career aspirations. Graduates, beneath your seats you will find yellow calla lilies. The yellow calla lily symbolizes gratitude, joy, encouragement, and appreciation. Tonight, our graduates would like to present these flowers to someone who has made a meaningful impact on their journey as a simple but heartfelt way to say thank you. Graduates, at this time, you may present your lilies. We have now arrived at the moment we've all been waiting for. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Tim Bearden, who is the Superintendent of Schools, to the podium to commence the presentation of diplomas.
Good evening, family, staff members, Board of Education, and WOVA graduating class of 2026. When we originally opened WOVA, it was during the COVID years, and in large part the school was in response to the need for a virtual offering during a worldwide health challenge. However, as years have gone by, WOVA has developed in an organic and meaningful way, and each of our graduates has their own compelling story as to why virtual school was the best option. We're proud that we're not able only to offer an option that fits for you, but that WOVA has been named the best virtual high school in Michigan by Niche.com. Our graduates this evening are just the tip of the, not just, but are the tip of the iceberg here at WOVA. We have dozens and dozens of students who take a portion of their schedule as a virtual lesson, and we have a number of teachers and staff members who have worked diligently to make sure that that experience mirrors as closely as possible as the experience that students get in person. From my point of view, perhaps the most important element to the success of WOVA and all of you as graduates is how much everyone cares about your ultimate success. Mr. Nguyen, Mr. DeVries, Mr. Tolgeski, the many teachers supporting the program, they care deeply about our WOVA students having an opportunity for you to fulfill goals and write your own personal stories. West Ottawa is devoted to some core principles, and the most important of those is equity of opportunity. No matter a student's individual situation, our goal is to ensure that you all have the opportunity to be everything you want to be. I'm immensely proud of this program and all of you, and it is with great pleasure that I present to our audience here this evening the 2026 graduating class of West Ottawa Virtual Academy.
Okay, you guys have heard me talk a lot. So normally this part would be Mr. DeVries' role. Obviously he's not here today if you guys know the familiar face and voice. Mr. DeVries is our beloved WOVA coordinator and mentor, and really the individual who our students work with most closely, and likely parents and family and friends. You have likely spoken with Mr. DeVries at some point. He's hard to miss. He's dynamic. Sadly, he's not able to be here tonight due to illness. He was incredibly disappointed to miss the celebration, and I can tell you it took a lot of convincing on my end to tell him to stay home. I had to pull rank. Okay? So, even though he's not here in person, Mr. DeVries wanted to make sure that he shared a few words about each graduate. At this time, please turn your attention to the screens for a special message from Mr. DeVries.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad DeVries, and I'm the mentor and coordinator at Bow Virtual Academy. Seniors, I recognize that staying away is the right choice for me tonight, but I'm frustrated to say the least. My voice is not doing so well either, so my apologies in advance. Please bear with me. Now, I let you all know that during our smaller ceremony here, I get to share a little bit about students as they come across the stage. And just because I'm not there in person doesn't mean you're off the hook. Also, normally audience members and other graduations, people are asked to hold their applause until the very end. However, for this, please applaud as your graduate is receiving or after they've received their diploma. So anyways, we're going to start some stuff off with Cheyenne. Hey, Cheyenne. So I could tell that from the start, things were going to go pretty well for you. I remember back asking Carrie for a transcript and some other paperwork back in the summer when things were getting signed up. And I think it was maybe 10 minutes later that you had reached out and emailed me all that information. Super mature on top of it. So we sat down, we looked through that transcript, and were able to make a schedule to have you stay on track for senior year. There wasn't a lot of wiggle room in it, but I knew you're going to take care of business. Like I said, you're mature, you're a hard worker, and now with high school being done, it's really cool that you get to set off on your own path. I think you've already surrounded yourself with great people, and that you're off to a good start. So, again, it's awesome working with you. Cheyenne, Rain, Looking Bill. You may now walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Hey, Kenzie. You're up next. Sorry, I wasn't there to see a speech. I told you that if you were struggling, you could look to the side and I'd be making silly faces. Oh, maybe it was better it wasn't there. I don't know. Either way, I look forward to seeing it. I'm sure Mr. Wynn has a video. So, anyway, I remember when we sat down the first time to discuss this change for you for senior year. And I just remember thinking it was really cool that you wanted to stick with West Ottawa and graduate a Panther after being with WOA since kindergarten. And it was also important to you to keep the CTC program that allowed you to explore various careers. Once things got rolling, I don't know if I've ever seen a virtual student take to things so well right from the start. Like you're automatic. When it comes to grades, A's, B's, everything in on time, all meetings met. You just followed through and did everything that was asked of you like a professional. I think you've got well beyond high school level skills when it comes to self-discipline and, excuse me, and organization. And those skills are going to help you at the next level no matter what you end up doing. So, again, proud you're graduating as a Panther. Mackenzie, Ray, Oland, you may now walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Jacqueline, hey, it's been great to work with you over the last 3 years. A mix of split enrollment and then full-time virtual. Um, you had your ups and downs and falling behind sometimes. Came and worked here in the building with us. But as I imagine, excuse me, as I imagine others in your life can attest, it's hard to stay frustrated with you. You know, you got just such a positive attitude and a great sense of humor, and that's that's gonna age you in kind of any walk of life, right? So for your senior year, I know you were considering some different routes towards graduation, and I thought it was really cool that you chose to stick with virtual, chose a robust way to finish things off. And I truly believe, like I said back then, that this is the best choice and that you're preparing yourself more for the next level by sticking through this program. Now, um, I'm sorry, I know that this school year has been difficult with stuff outside of school, but I just wanted to let you know again, like, I'm impressed. Like, you rolled with the punches, um, and here you are graduating. So, again, Jacqueline, really proud of you. We're going to miss you. Um, Jacqueline Rhodes, you may now walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Nicole, hey, so you joined us after moving to the area, and you were just looking for something new for senior year. Decided to give virtual a try. Um, and it's been fun chatting with you when things started out, kind of hearing about the passions you had in your life and the positive things that you're doing. And I know we'll continue to do in the community. And I was so impressed with how you started out with virtual as well too. You had a lot of high level classes. As the school year went on, you've experienced some difficulties with stuff outside of school. Um, and I guess what I wanted you to hear from me today is, like, don't let that negative stuff define you. You're a fantastic student, fantastic person, so resilient, and you got through. You graduated. Everything's good. Um, I know that you are going to have success in whatever you choose in life. So, awesome job. Nicole, Renee, Winkleblack, you may now walk across the stage and receive your diploma.
Graduates, once again, congratulations. Tonight represents the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, persistence, and growth. I hope that you are incredibly proud of what you have accomplished. As you leave this chapter behind and step into the next, I hope you carry with you the confidence that you are capable of overcoming challenges, adapting to change, and most importantly, creating meaningful opportunities for yourself and others. At this time, you may move your tassels from the right side to the left, symbolizing your transition from students to graduates. You guys all clapped too early before I presented the class of 2026, but let's do it all again. I present to you the graduating class of 2026. Thank you all for being here tonight and for celebrating alongside our graduates. This concludes the formal portion of our ceremony. I invite you to stay for refreshments. There's lots of them, photos.